I want to start this by saying I'm a fan of the majority of things that Kellen Moore has done since getting the head coach of the Saints job, right? I think, a lot of the stuff that he's done with the sports science, a lot of the stuff that he's, done to run training camp and, building the team camaraderie, having all these activities, just a lot of the stuff he's done since he's been hired, I have been a fan of. We even heard some players say that this is the best training camp that they've been a part of, right? And that's huge, especially when you're hearing it from veteran players, and even ones that have been in other organizations. But, the way that he's sort of handled the quarterback rotation and the competition so far, I'm not really sure I understand it. Here you can see it says in the last team period, Tyler Shuck got 0 reps. Now, I I'm gonna be honest, this is like going in a direction that I just totally didn't predict, right? I thought that Tyler Shuck would be like the main man that they focused on in training camp, given that he was drafted with the 40th overall pick, and rumors was it was Kellen Moore's guy. I thought that the focus would be on developing Tyler Shuck in the training camp, but really, the truth is, like, everything that Kellen Moore has said publicly has become truth. And what I mean by that is pretty much early on, Kellen Moore said that this was going to be a 3 quarterback competition. And I think a lot of us sort of just brushed it off like, no, it's going to be between Shuck and Rattler, but no, this is a true three-way race at the quarterback position with Jake Haener. Jake Haener got the first team reps today. He got the first team reps, a few practices ago as well. So all signs point to it is a real three-man race. And when you have a real three-man race, unfortunately, you end up with days like this where one of your guy gets little to no reps. Tyler Shuck today was QB3, so he ended up getting 0 reps in the last team period of practice. Now, I'm honestly torn about how I truly feel about this because number one, this has always been a Jake Haener fan account right here. I've always been a fan of Jake Haener even since college. I don't think he's been given a fair shake or a fair chance at the NFL level. He got to start a half a game last year, and I mean, didn't do very well, but also look who he was playing with, right? And that's the excuse, or that's the reason that we give to excuse Spencer Rattler's play last year is look at the team around him. Well, that also has you have to also extend that for that one half that Jake Haener got his chance to play in last year, right? So, you know, I've always been a Jake Haener fan, but at the same time, it's like, you knew he was on the roster and you still go out and you drafted Tyler Shuck. And regardless of how you feel about Tyler Shuck, it's not about him. It's about the fact that you did go out and draft a quarterback 40th overall. So why are we not like giving as many reps as possible to him to develop him, because like this isn't a guy that you drafted with the 5th, 6th round, 7th round pick. You chose this guy with a premium position. So for, a day to go by in training camp where he gets 0 reps in a team period is just pretty inexcusable, right? And again, like I'm not knocking Kellen Moore here. Like I just don't. It's hard to understand, and really, the only way to make sense of it is, like I mentioned before, is that this is a legitimate 3 quarterback race. Because if it weren't, they're not going to be sacrificing these reps of Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler. That's just how it is, right? They're not going to be sacrificing reps that they could be giving to the young guys or to the young guy Shuck. They're when you're out here giving it to Jake Haener, right, or Spencer Rattler, right? I'm sure as we progress through training camp, there's going to be days where Shuck will be starting with the ones, and then either whoever Haener or Rattler, whoever ends up being QB3 that day, will get little to no reps. So as you can see, the comments here on this are people, what am I as lost as everyone else? Jake Haener gets first team reps while Shuck is riding the bench. Sounds to me like the QB1 battle has been decided, or at least gone to Spencer Rattler versus Jake Haener. It's the 5th day of camp. Probably just wanted to see how Rattler and Haener are and then make this make sense. So obviously a lot of fans are confused, and I am too, right? But at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, Kellen Moore tried to tell us, right? He tried to let us know what it was. He told us, hey, look, this is a real 3-man race, right? This is a real, quarterback competition between 3 guys. And to be fair to Jake Haener, it does look like he's making the most of the opportunity. It sounds like he's been pretty consistent throughout camp. I know here today he made a pretty good, play to Chris Olave, right here, deep bomb for a touchdown. lets it launch. Good throw, right? I mean, sounds like he's making the most of it. And by the way, if you guys ain't following Doug here on X, you're really missing out. He posts like tons of videos throughout training camp to really get a feel of what's going on, right? You know, he's got some Spencer Rattler throws. Here's one from him delivering the ball to Kevin Austin, right? Little pump fake left, roll out, let it go on the run, right? Nice pass there, you know, and then like here's a, let's see, what's this? Designed run from Tyler Shuck, which the Saints have been working a lot on. I might add a lot of quarterback run, which is interesting, but not surprising. Granted that you know a lot of the quarterbacks that Kellen Moore has worked with have been mobile guys, right? Um, let's see, Spencer Rattler to Mason Tipton. I think this is a no. This isn't the deep shot. I know they connected on a deep one today. Let's see. It says Tyler Shuck misses to Cedric Wilson, but I watched this one and it looks more like a drop to me. I don't know. Let's see. Ball's right here. Let's see. I mean, hits him right in the chest, right? So I don't know if I'd call that a miss, but um, let's see if he has the deep shot to right here, the deep shot from Rattler to Tipton. I think Rattler also threw a pick today on the deep shot, which is fine. It's camp. It's going to happen. Here we go. Play action. Step up, uncork it. Mason Tipton, once again, the star of training camp, just like he was last year. But unfortunately, once the real play started, that kind of, you know, went away. Let's see. Here's a nice throw from Shuck to Brandon Cooks. Play action again. Lots of play action. Roll out on the run. Boom. Nice. Nice toe drag there from Brandon Cooks as well. Here's one from Shuck to Rashid Shaheed. I believe this was in the first team period where he actually got reps, right? This one was just out of bounds, right? Just out of bounds. Let's see. Anything else? Also heard Kellen Moore talk about how good of a camp Kool-Aid McKinstry has been having, and this is a nice pass breakup he had here. It's like Haener is the quarterback. I can tell by the gloves, and he's also tiny. So looks like maybe they're going back shoulder. I mean, that's a beautiful rep from Kool-Aid McKinstry on the back shoulder defense. Look at this. Punch it through. That's beautiful. Let's see. Anything else worth taking a look at today? Jake Haener getting a lot of run today. Obviously, he was working with the ones. Rolling out. Not bad. Get a couple yards on that play. So yeah, man. You know, I think just the moral of the story is this is just way different than I expected. And I think a lot of fans expected this thing to go. I think we all thought pretty much it would be like a 50-50 split between Shuck and Rattler, like a really 1A, 1B type of competition. But it really turns out that this is a 3-man race. I think right now Spencer Rattler is probably in the lead. But from what I gather from just talking to some people that have actually watched the practices, not like reporters, but like, you know, fans, I hate to say it, but they say that really, you know, neither quarterback has really looked great, you know, outside of the flash plays that you see videos posted of. So really the quarterback, I mean, what is this? Their second real day of padded practice. The competition is still wide open. We still have the entire preseason to go. So we'll see how things shake out.